Good evening and welcome to Next Gen Season 14. This is the modern touring cars back from the break. This for season number 14, round number 7. Here at the Hockenheim GP circuit in Germany. We have 15 drivers taking to the track. We have Bruce Lee Harding, Cam123 Diz, Tro246, Royston, Fraser, Shadowstalker DBS, Jamie WRX, DY7, Scooby G, Whitford Zero, who's just not spinning, Webby to Johnny, Tim78, Boyrax 14, Big Kid Daddy, Jack, TM53 Synopsis, who I think was the one who just spun. Championship standings, the Moon, Scooby G leads on 114 points, followed by Boyrax 14 on 103. And Jamie WRX is on 91, MLV 79. Ginger's on 65 with DY7 on 60. Jack is on 58 with Royston 45, with Zero 40, Shadowstalker DBS 37, sorry. With Johnny 36, Adam Morris 26, Tro246 24, Fraser 22, The Les 20, Slowgas 19, Bruce Lee Harding on 13, Tim78 9, Steve Peter Race Lot 9, and Envoy Extreme 3. We are here at the 2.842 mile long circuit of Hockenheim Ring. And it should be an interesting one. Let's go for a lap with someone. Let's have a look. Let's go on board with Whitford Zero. Roof cam round Hockenheim Ring. Here we go. 3 minutes to go. You should get at least 2 laps in. So we head across the line up towards Nord Curve. Very quick. 90-degree right-hander. Down a gear. Get it tucked in. And throw on as early as you can. Someone's had to spin in front of us. That's fine. They're out of the way. We carry on down to Einfahrt Parabolica. The brakes to get a tight 90-degree right-hander, flicks right into flick left through the Parabolica itself. Tim has left the session, and that'll be it for Tim. He will not be racing in this race then. Through Parabolica and up towards Spitzkehre. The hairpin at the bottom, a very acute hairpin at that. So we're down to 14 drivers already. A little bit deep going in there for Whitford Zero, but you'll get away with it. Up towards the flick right. Tim will not, obviously will not be able to race. Whitford hits the brakes into this 90-degree left-hander, again very tight. Got to get the line right, and he does so. Into the right-hander. Lovely take actually that from Whitford into the Mobile 1 curve. Down a gear. Oh, that's a big cut from Whitford Zero. Just turning a bit too early there. See, being used to the classic one now. Into Sachs curve. This corner really hasn't changed over any sort of year. All the same as pretty much is this left-right, just a little bit more runoff with the curves. The Opal curve and the Sud curve. That's changed a little bit. It's just a little bit more straighter on the edge there. But across the line for Whitford Zero, he'll set a 1:49.6 as his first lap. Fraser setting a 1:51.8 and into the title, and that'll be the end of his qualifying session. Bruce Lee Harding, Jamie going third at the moment. From across the line, what will he do? He also had a 1:51.4. He'll go third, although a load of other people now coming in. Big Kid Danny putting in a time for 4th place, and NGR Scooby G in 3rd. Jack, TM53, Synopsis. Bad qualifying, Hockenheim Classic before in the Group A1s, and not great either now. He's got one more chance to put it up there. There's Jamie WX down in 10th now. That's not what he was looking for. Tro246 has had a good time. Shadowstalker not bothering to qualify. There goes Cam out of the hairpin at the bottom. Time is up there, Scooby G. Big Kid Daddy just ahead of him. Where he's just coming out of the pits. Where is Whitford gone? There's Whitford there. He's in the pit lane. Who's going to be the first man to cross that line? It's going to be Jamie WRX. That's who it is. As he heads through the stadium section. Down to the flick left right chicane. Hit the brakes. Oval curve, third curve. Can't really go wrong. Cross the line, what can he do? He puts in a 147.5. Have that. Comes Bruce Lee Harley. I don't know who that is in front of him. I just can't tell. He's going to have Big Kid Danny behind as well. Bruce puts in the time. 7th though. Big Kid Danny and Scooby G go faster. Who else is yet to cross the line? There's Royston. There's Johnny. Jack. Here we go. This is a big one for Jack. Crosses the line. Puts himself 6th place. Good job by him. Boyrax 14 crosses the line. He puts in our pole position with a 47.2. Fantastic stuff. Here comes Royston. Crosses the line. Doesn't go any quicker. Webb user Johnny crosses the line. Can he improve on that 12th place? The answer looks like no. So grid is Boyrax 14, followed by Cam Montague Diz in the end, qualifying 2nd. Jamie in 3rd. Scooby G 4th, Big Kid Daddy in 5th on his debut. Jack is in 6th, Whitford 0 7th, Bruce Lee Harding in 8th, DY House 7 in 9th, Fraser 10th, Royston 11th, Webb user Johnny 12th, Tro 246 13th, and Shutterstalker did not set a time. I'm going to invite Tim to the party. Let's see if he wants to have a crack at being a co-commentator with me before they get underway. It's always horrible when you can't end up racing, so hopefully Tim will join that. We get underway. So we have the 3 red lights here at Hockenheim. We are green, and Tim joins. Good evening, Tim. I'll get back to you. I'll come back to you in a minute as we get underway. Up towards Nordker for the first time. Boyrax does lead from Jamie WRX. I can hear myself in the background. That's not pleasant for me. But we're a good clean getaway though. And Cam gone well down the order. Although he's straight back up to 3rd place. Someone's off really wide at the background. That's Fraser. And a good clean getaway from everyone. How are you, Tim? Well, you can try your hand at co-commentary. It's just good spectating at the moment because Big Kid Danny, Whitford 0 and Scooby G all tangling up in the hairpin. They're off. Big time off there for those 3. All getting tangled together on the exit of the hairpin. Not really the best way to have an accident, but they have done, and it has allowed people through. Jack now up into 4th place and Bruce Lee Harding into 5th. Those two having a good little scrap at the moment. Meanwhile, at the front, Boyrax 14, Jamie WRX. These two know each other far too well, so this should be a good scrap. And Cam 123 Diz is right there in the background. Say in the background, right on the tail now. Jamie coming up towards Sachs Curve. But Boyrax still leads. Jack and Bruce, they may be working together here, I reckon, Tim, these two, because they've got a good chance if the top 3 keep fighting of potentially getting inside that battle. as they enter lap 2 of 15. Yeah, the front three starting to get away. Boyrex are only 4/10, and there's not really a lot in these cars. I'm surprised, although this could be quite a long session here, which is not ideal for me. I think Jack kind of mistakenly put this at a half-hour race of some sort, if times don't come down. So Scooby, Big Kid, Daddy, and With Zero all came together at the hairpin. There is Scooby. Big Kid Daddy. I don't know what's happened to Big Kid Daddy, but he's down at the back, so I don't know whether he's had a drive-through of some sorts for a jump start. But he's a long, long way off. Yeah, well, he's under a bit of pressure, and I don't think these two are going to be catching up. And they've got Scooby G coming up behind him, so this is going to turn into a three-way battle for 4th place, whilst we have a three-way battle for 1st. And it looks like Jamie's made a mistake because Cam's up into 2nd place now, and he's only 3/10 behind the 4-time row winner. What else we got down the grid? Side-by-side action between Tro and web user Johnny. And the final couple of corners, Johnny getting through up into 8th place. Cracking move through the chicane there. So, there's action all the way through this pack, isn't there? Looking on the inside of Shadowstalker. Shadowstalker, we know, doesn't really enjoy the BMW. He is a front-wheel drive person more than anything. Oh, contacts! He just shows just outbraking so slightly, going to the back of DY7. Luckily, no real damage done for any of them. And at the front, we've got a change for the lead. Cam 123 Diz overtaking the 4-time rail winner of Boyrex S14, who's immediately looking back up the inside. Good response from Boyrex S14, and now Jamie having a good look at Cam, going through the flick right hand as they head towards the stadium section for the 3rd time tonight. That's Jack. Jack's off. And Bruce has lost the place to Scooby G. Scooby G now off. I don't know what's happened there to Jack. They're going through the maybe 1 curve. Bruce may end up. Luckily, he's not lost too much time nor many positions, so at least his race is still continuing. Meanwhile, Fraser, he's having a tough old time this season. Fraser and the Mod TCC, he's picked the BMW. It's not really the best car, and he's really struggling at the moment. Boyrex. As we're speaking that, Cam 123 Diz sending one down the outside of Boyrex into the hairpin. And he's still there on the exit. This would be a sensational move if he can pull this one off. Round the outside of the flag right. Room still there on the inside. It's the... Yeah, Jamie looking to pick up any pieces. Can't quite do it. Great driving from Cam. He couldn't quite make the move done. But he does enough to make sure Jamie can't get past either. He knows, Cam knows that if Jamie can get past and works with Boyrex S14, that is game over. Boyrex and Jamie know each other so well, they will start to pull away from him. So this is good stuff from Cam, keeping up with these two. We head on to lap number 5. On 15, we're a third of the way, well, nearly a third of the way through this race. Yeah, down the inside. That's the Einfahrt Parabolica. Into the main Parabolica, and this is the better line for Cam, heading down towards the hairpin. On that inside, Jamie looking to the outside. This is going to be 3 wide into the hairpin, as Tim has saw. Cam moves up into the lead. Jamie and Boyrax are now side by side out of the chicane. And Boyrax, is very rare this ever happens, but Boyrax has just lost 2 places in 1 corner. Meanwhile, Bruce Lee Harding currently in a top 5 place in just his second ever second ever modern touring car race, third ever next gen race. Having to fend off the likes of Jack Tim Fury Synopsis, who's run very wide through the right-hander. And Whitford on the tail. Yeah. Obviously, as Whitford goes down the inside of Jack, that's for 6th place now. And if Whitford and Jack keep battling, Bruce is going to get away here. He's now got about half a second gap. More like 7/10 now. No idea. The debutant for tonight is Big Kid Daddy, who's I got a feeling had a drive. He must have had a drive-through penalty. Although if Royston spins, that makes it easy to go back up a place. Back at the front, Boyrax has re-overtaken Jamie WRX for 2nd place. Down the inside. Into the flick right. And Boyrax are getting very close yet again. So Cam 123 Deers here on lap number 6. Sometimes it is. Yeah, you do get a bit of an adrenaline rush commentating, I won't lie. Especially when it comes very close like this, because Boyrax are almost losing it. Very well saved, although that's ruined the run through Stud Curve. Bruce Lee Harding goes on to lap number 7 at the moment. He's currently in 5th. Nearly halfway through. We hit the brakes into the Einfahrt Parabolica. Down to the hairpin. Bruce having to go defensive as Whitford looks to the outside. Whitford late on the brakes. Will he have the momentum around the outside? I don't think he will. Bruce able to cover him off for the minute. Another change for second place as Jamie's managed to recatch and pass Boyraxa. He'll now look to try and overtake Cam in the stadium section. Not quite close enough. Whitford having a look down the inside, but again, not close enough into the stadium section of the Mobile 1 curve. Just Treo, DIL 7, just making sure there's no other big battles going on at the moment. These three stuck together like glue, they can't get rid of any of them. Through North curve. And with a zero, looks like he's got a run down the inside of the Einfahrt Parabolica. Job done. Lovely move for that top 5 place. So Bruce immediately looking to go back on the attack, using the slipstream down through Parabolica. Looks to the outside, to the inside, sorry, of the hairpin. He's got the overlap down the inside. He's gone really deep though, and that's going to allow Jack through as well. It was the right idea. It's the right idea, just couldn't quite get the car stopped in time. Obviously we know that the BMW not the easiest to get stopped. Yeah, this for the final top 5 place, and in reality they're not far away from Scooby G, but just far enough at the moment. Now it's unlikely that they're going to catch up for the 4th place. So Jack does need to try and make a move here. But right now, Boyrax will be happy. He's taking points out of his rival of Scooby G, and a nice healthy bunch of points as well. He's taking about 5 out of Scooby G, which will help him. Scooby G is leading the championship by 11 points at the moment to Boyrax. Now we know Boyrax took pole position. Yep. Yeah, Boyrax took pole position, so that's a bonus point. And he's currently sitting on 18 points, with Scooby G on 13. So right now he's taken 6 points. Yeah, right now Boyrax is taking 6 points out of Scooby G, which would put the gap to 5. He'll want that extra 3 going into round 8. He wants to be as close as he can going into round 8, because once you finish round number 9 and you get the final 3 rounds, that is the crucial ones where all of these first 9 races make up those final 3 in essence, because it gives you that gap or the deficit to make up. And the final 3 races is really where the pressure starts to come on. Meanwhile, Jack side by side with Whitford. Jack already looking to the inside of Sachs curve. Not quite going to do it. So he heads towards the end of the lap. Yeah, I think not only that, it actually gives the BMW drivers like Whitford, for example, the chance to win the championship, because we know if you have the BMW for the season, you're probably not going to win the championship if it was just an open championship all season long. So It really does open up the championship to anyone. As we say that, Cam running a bit wide out of the hairpin. Boyrax are looking to go side by side, can't quite get there. Here on lap number 10. Into the stadium section we go. Cam still leading from Boyrax and from Jamie WRX. These three have been pretty much inseparable since the start of the race, and any of them can win it at the moment. It just depends who makes the mistake or who makes the move. Meanwhile, Webby's a Johnny. Gradually getting caught here by Fraser. And Big Kid Daddy is having a look at Dean Whitehouse 7 here for 11th place. Who in turn is looking at Tro 246 for 10th. I think, obviously, Tim, you're not. You tend to fight near the back of the pack at the moment, obviously, gradually improving towards the mid. But I mean, it's good to see that the lower end field's still having a great battle for position. D1 House 7. No, to be honest, you are getting closer and closer to that mid-pack, and it's good to see, but it's also nice to see that whilst you're in that phase of getting towards there, that you still got that battle, because obviously sometimes if you have a race and you're not really battling anyone, it does become a little bit monotonous and boring. Yeah. I don't know. I think he's he was getting a wheel delivered last time I heard, but maybe he's just not had enough time to settle or to maybe get on or something. I don't really know what the story is behind it at the moment, but yeah, you two always have good battles in Very Extreme. Yeah, as Jack and Whitford go side by side through the Parabolica. This for the 5th place, the final top 5 place of the grid. Doesn't really get much closer than that through the Parabolica. And they hit the brakes. Jack on the inside. Whitford will look for a switch back. Can't quite get there. Good effort, good attempt. Just couldn't quite get the power down early enough to get up the inside of Jack there. Into the stadium section. At the moment, Cam's pulled away from Boyraxer by 9/10, so as Jack goes round the outside of Sachs curve, he's not going to complete that really, is he? Still side by side through the chicane. Whitford's lost it. Into the barrier, big shame. Big shame that for Whitford. Great move though from Jack round the outside of the Sachs curve. No one normally does that. And completes it near the chicane. That's superb effort from both drivers to keep it clean. Well, I think Jack's waited for him. I wonder if there's a bit of contact, or whether Jack's just waiting to keep the battle going, because otherwise it's a bit of a, it's not really a nice ending when you get a position when you're battling someone, they just fall off the road. I wonder if that's Jack saying, go past me. Yes, it is. Down the inside goes Whitford. And all change at the top. Cam has made a mistake somewhere, because he's now down to third place. And Boyraxa takes over the lead. And this is big points now between him and Scooby G. Remember, 21 for a win here. Scooby G sat on 13. This is a 9-point swing, which should bring the championship down to 2 points. And there's only one problem with that, and that's Jamie's behind Boyrax, and those two will not be taking each other out anytime soon. And I don't think they're going to get any lap traffic either. Back with Whitford and Jack, who are yet again together on track going through Opal Curve and Sud Curve as they enter their penultimate lap. Up towards Einfahrt Parabolica. Jack looking down the inside. Yeah, Cam annoyed. Sorry, Tim, go on. I had a map to begin with in qualifying, and now I remember them all. Into the hairpin. Yeah, Cam not happy. He's just commenting, so annoyed. So he's obviously made almost like a stupid mistake somewhere. Someone off here deep in the background. I think that's Fraser still behind Webby's Johnny. Bruce having a good run in 7th at the moment. Big Kick Daddy, after his drive-through penalty, has ended up in the top 10 so far, which is a good comeback for him. Boyraxa 14 begins the final lap though. Into Nord Curve. Yeah, I must admit, Tim, it's one of those things as a commentator, you gradually pick it up. I can literally take you around Donington Park without a map, with every corner name in there. It's Yeah, well, obviously the foreign circuits are quite hard really to remember, because obviously the names are quite hard to pronounce, especially the Red Bull Ring. Some of the names around there are just ridiculous. But Jamie looking down the inside of the hairpin. This is not all. Jamie lighting up the rears as they enter. There's 90 left. Jamie really looking to take a win here. Boyraxa will not want him in front of him right now. He's got a nice point swing in his favour for the championship. Oh, and Jamie very sideways again out to the right hand as they head towards the stadium section and the Mobile 1 curve. Meanwhile, Jack is past Whitford at the moment, which is good news for him and his championship. But Boyraxa do the flick left, flick right, into Opal Curve. And into Sud Curve. He will take the win at Hockenheim, and a big win at that for his championship after the week's break. Boyraxo wins at Hockenheim, followed by Jamie WRX. Cam 123 Days. He will come home. Yeah, he's annoyed with himself, I think, in that, but he takes third place. At least it's a nice consolation being on the podium. Scooby G will take fourth. Jack still has Whitford right behind him, so anything can happen here if Jack makes a mistake through Opal Curve. No mistake made though. Through Sir Curve, Whitford almost with the run, couldn't quite do it. Jack shuts the door and he will take fifth place, followed by Whitford 0. That timing is wrong. Jack in sixth, Jack in fifth, Whitford sixth. Bruce Lee Harding will take seventh. Web user Johnny will take in eighth from Fraser. Big Kid Danny takes 10th on his debut after a drive-through by the seams of it. DY House 7 will come home in 11th. Tro 246 currently in 12th. Yeah, Cam 123 Days spun from the lead. We didn't catch it, I'm afraid, mate. Well, I guess I'm afraid you're probably happy that we didn't catch it, but I'm very unfortunate that Tro 246 takes 12th. Royston will be in 13th. And yeah, Shadow Stalker will come home spinning almost into the pit lane. He'll come home in 14th place, a good result for him. Just finishing the race, getting points, he'll be happy with that. So, provisional results, Boyrax S14 takes the win from Jamie WRX, Cam 123 Diz in third, Scooby G fourth, Jack is in fifth, followed by Whitford in sixth. I believe that's how they crossed the line anyway, unless the angle was deceptive, unless Whitford did actually get him by that much, but I don't think he did. Bruce Lee Harding takes 7th place, web user Johnny in 8th, Fraser 9th, Big Kid Danny takes 10th on his debut, DY House 7 in 11th, Tro 246 in 12th, Royston 13th, and Shadowstalker 14th, and unfortunately for Tim, who started qualifying, who then decided to leave and come back and commentate with me, will not be scoring any points. As for these guys, next week, we're back for round number 8, more action. And it's at Brands Hatch GP. And Tim's going to like this one. In the Mercedes. Everyone in the Mercedes touring car. So that should be a good one to watch, really. So do join us next week for that one. Next up is my point of view from the Renault Clio race at Hockenheim Short. So that should be quite an interesting race to watch. So stay tuned for that one in about 5 minutes' time. But from myself, Tim, and the Modern Touring Cars, thank you all for joining tonight and enjoy the rest of your evening.